start by understanding what DNS actually is. DNS stands for Domain Name System. You might have heard it called the phone book of the internet, and that's a pretty good analogy. Whenever you type a website address like google.com into your browser, your computer doesn't really know what that means. It needs a way to translate that name into something it understands. That's where DNS comes in. So why do we need DNS? The main reason is that computers communicate using numbers, not names. Every device on the internet has an IP address, which is a series of numbers. But for us humans, remembering numbers for every website would be impossible. It's much easier to remember a name like google.com instead of a long string of digits. DNS bridges this gap by mapping domain names to IP addresses. Let's look at how DNS actually works. When you enter a website name in your browser, your computer sends a request to a DNS server. The server looks up the domain name and returns the corresponding IP address. This process happens in milliseconds, making it seamless for users. Without DNS, you'd have to type in the IP address for every site you visit, which just isn't practical. Make this clearer. Let's use an example. When you type google.com, DNS translates that into an IP address, like 142.250.190.78. Your browser then uses this IP address to connect to Google's servers. This mapping between domain names and IP addresses is what makes the internet user-friendly and accessible to everyone. Now here's an interesting point. A single website can have multiple IP addresses. This isn't just a technical detail, it's actually crucial for performance and reliability. If one server goes down, another can step in and handle your request. This way, websites stay online and load quickly, no matter where you are. But how does DNS decide which IP address to return when there are several options? This is where intelligent routing comes into play. DNS can choose an IP address based on factors like your location, how healthy the server is, and how busy each server might be. This process is known as DNS-based load balancing. One of the main factors in DNS-based load balancing is user location. If you're in Europe, DNS might direct you to a server that's physically closer to you, reducing the time it takes for data to travel. This means faster load times and a better experience for users all around the world. Another important factor is server health. DNS can monitor servers and avoid sending users to servers that are down or having issues. This way, your request always goes to a server that's up and running, keeping websites reliable and available. DNS also helps balance the load across multiple servers. If one server is getting too many requests, DNS can direct new users to a less busy server. This keeps websites running smoothly, even during traffic spikes or heavy usage. Let's talk about how DNS is organized. DNS follows a tree-like structure with different levels that help organize all the domain names on the internet. At the very top, we have what are called top-level domains, or TLDs. These are the familiar endings you see on websites like com, org, net, and in. Top-level domains, or TLDs, are the highest level in the DNS hierarchy. Some common examples include com for commercial websites, for organizations, net for network-related services, and in for sites specific to India. Each TLD serves a different purpose and helps organize the vast number of websites online. Country code top-level domains, or CCTLDs, are used for websites specific to a country. For example, IN is used for India, UK for the United Kingdom, and JP for Japan. These help identify the geographic location or audience of a website, making the internet more organized and user-friendly. So how do you get your own domain name? You go to a domain registrar. A registrar is a company that sells domain names to the public. You search for the name you want, and if it's available, you can buy it. This is the first step to getting your website online. Behind the scenes, all domain names are managed by an organization called ICANN. ICANN stands for the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. Their job is to make sure every domain name is unique and properly managed across the world, so there's no confusion or overlap. Once you've registered your domain, you need to connect it to a DNS provider. Companies like Cloudflare offer DNS services that help manage your domain and route traffic efficiently. By using a DNS provider, you can make sure your website is always available and loads quickly for visitors. Cloudflare is one of the most popular DNS providers. It doesn't just manage your DNS records, it also helps protect your website from attacks and speeds up your site by routing traffic intelligently. Many websites use Cloudflare to keep their sites secure and fast for users everywhere. One of Cloudflare's key features is intelligent traffic routing. This means it can direct users to the fastest and most reliable server, no matter where they are in the world. This not only improves speed, but also ensures your website stays online, even if some servers have issues. Now let's talk about something a bit different, the dark web. Unlike the regular internet, the dark web doesn't use the normal DNS system. Instead, it uses special domains that end in onion. These domains aren't accessible through standard browsers and require special software to reach. The technology behind onion domains is called onion routing. This method hides your identity and location by passing your internet traffic through multiple servers, each adding a layer of encryption. It's designed for privacy and anonymity, making it very different from how regular DNS works. To sum up, regular DNS is all about making the internet easy to use and accessible, while onion routing is focused on privacy and anonymity. Each serves a different purpose, but both are essential parts of the online world. Understanding the difference helps you see how the internet is structured and how information flows. So to wrap up, DNS is the backbone of the internet, translating easy-to-remember names into computer-friendly numbers. Services like Cloudflare make DNS smarter and more secure, while technologies like onion routing offer privacy for those who need it. Whether you're browsing the web or running a website, understanding DNS helps you appreciate the complexity and convenience of the modern internet.